Hello and welcome to today's mini video on which printing parameters you should be choosing for printing parts on the Meltio M450 or Meltio engine. To get into it, Meltio differentiates between three different process bands for all of our materials. And these are the direct result of different energy densities that you apply during the printing process. The three process bands that we typically separate into are lack of fusion, minor defects, and fully dense parts. You can see here in the middle of the screen a CT image of all of these process conditions. We can see lack of fusion parts, where you have significant voids in a repeatable pattern. You have minor defects, where you see a few spherical defects, if no larger than 250 microns. And then we have fully dense parts. We shouldn't expect to see any kind of defects. Now, why isn't the answer to the question, which parameter should I choose, always fully dense? Well, the reason for that is that these printing parameters are quite slow. And the reason why they're quite slow is in order to achieve this extremely high density, we need to add a lot of energy to our printing process. And because the laser energy that we can add at any given time is finite, this is often achieved by reducing the printing speed. Now, that said, reducing the printing speed, we get a part that has no defects that are detectable through tomography. And basically, if you want to make an assessment of how good these parts are, you have to go to metallography to assess them and to find the last minor defects. Now, in the minor defect range, we have defects that are detectable through CT scanning. They're no larger than 250 microns. And the most important thing is that they're only in very specific areas of the part. So we're not seeing repeating patterns of defects, which would be indicative of lack of fusion or something that is wrong with track spacing or other printing parameters. But these are just minor voids which can come up in certain areas of the parts. And this is still a very acceptable parameter set. It's considerably faster than fully dense parts, and you still get very good mechanical properties, but the fatigue life of these parts is going to be impacted. And now lastly, we have lack of fusion. Now in this process band, you can print parts at extremely high speeds, oftentimes more than twice as fast as you would be able to print them at fully dense parameters. But you also get significant defects, and these defects may also be visible through the naked eye, after machining. And also the mechanical performance of these parts is going to be unpredictable. So Meltio typically provides printing parameters both for minor defects and for fully dense parts. The fully dense parameters are called verified density profiles, and the minor defects would be called utility profiles, which enable faster printing speeds. So I hope this helped you classify a little bit what process parameters are available for Meltio and which ones you should choose for your application. Thanks, and see you in the next video.